That's why I said anytime I need a basket, I want the ball to go to Carmelo because he's going to get a shot.
If you've been a fan of the NBA prior to the 2003 draft, you would know that besides LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony was next to be a juggernaut of a scorer and a franchise-changing player. Once drafted by the Denver Nuggets, he became the centerpiece to the team. After years of unsuccessful runs in the West, Melo would sign with the New York Knicks and also receive early eliminations. Since then, he has signed to the OKC Thunder and the Houston Rockets and is now an unwanted free agent after a 10-game run with the Rockets. Today, we're going to be discussing Houston's mistake of cutting Carmelo Anthony, which could have changed their playoff outcome. What's up, folks? This is Grit Again. Here we discuss all things grit related in sports. Carmelo had a slow start with his run in Houston, averaging 13 points per game at 29 minutes. Although technically inefficient, much of his play was within Houston's experimental team building. Besides the obvious that Carmelo is a defensive liability, it's certain he can still play nearly 30 minutes. For sure, his workout routine may need some tweaking to change his physical shape like how we've seen DeMarcus Cousins after signing with the Lakers. But there is one intangible trait that the Rockets overlooked: Carmelo's hunger to score the rock. Carmelo may not be the all-around player that we once envisioned, but his effort to score cannot be debated. With the new trend of teams reducing pressure off of players by building teams with multiple stars that can score or playmake, Carmelo could have relieved Harden and CP3 scoring pressure during this 2019 playoff run. It is said that Carmelo did not meet expectations with Houston's playstyle of layups and threes, but I do believe a low contested long two is still a better option than a highly contested three, regardless of analytics, as analytics don't account for rhythm and grit. Nonetheless, let's take a look at some Houston plays against the Warriors where Carmelo could have been effective. Here we can see a screen from Rivers to peel Andre off of Harden, which forces Steph to transition on the defensive end. Instead of rotating to Rivers, Andre forces a double team, making Harden pick up the pace. James realizes how congested the wing is and decides to reset with 10 seconds left and drive down the middle. Now on one hand, James is trying to get the Rockets' offense flowing, but on the other, he gave up on a good pass to Rivers. This could imply that he felt Rivers' open shot wasn't a good look, or that Rivers would stall the play, as he is known to handle the ball more than he should. When we compare to the footage here, Melo is in a similar action but results in a different outcome, as James passes the ball knowing that Melo will more than likely fire his shot or quickly create a better shot than stall. The play call here is moments after the first clip. The Warriors defense begins to tighten up, forcing yet another stall and ball movement, leaving Gordon to a messy ISO followed by Paul rushing a drive and missing. An important note here is that during playoff moments like this, slowing down the game through the defense makes mistakes more crucial. This forces players to make quicker plays if the offense is stalling. It just happens that the quickest play is in isolation, which is one of Melo's strongest skills. This is where Melo's game could have been effective in keeping the defense honest if he was on the post or the wing. To show a quick comparison, the play here reveals the same situation with 10 seconds left for Melo. After realizing all his teammates are neutralized, he uses his ISO ability to continue the flow of the offense. In this situation, Gordon tries to work the ISO action again and runs into a jump ball of Klay Thompson. Being 3 minutes from elimination, I do believe this action should have been ran by James, but maybe fatigue became a factor. If the isolation was ran by Melo, he could have gave the Rockets a better play in the paint because he's just a little bit more physical than Gordon at finishing. This clip here shows Melo driving against Montrezl Harrell and still being able to finish strong in the paint. As you can see, most of Houston's problems come from shot clock mismanagement and stale ball movement. Once ball movement stales, players are forced to make an ISO play regardless, so keeping Melo for these moments would have been crucial. In comparison to Houston's run during 2018, Houston couldn't get a bucket for the last few minutes of the game. With someone with Melo's skill set, a couple buckets from him would have kept them in the game or at least sparked some inspiration for their offense. Besides all the small details and plays where Melo would have been effective, it is now 1 month from the 2020 season and Melo still has no team to play for. Carmelo Anthony will certainly have to revamp his workout routine to get into better shape, but in terms of his ability to help a team win, I believe he can still be a part of a winning ball club with his versatile offense that can keep the defense honest. The Rockets truly underestimated Melo's gritty nature to score, and if you're trying to outscore a team like the Warriors, you might want someone who's not afraid to fire his shots. It's been a gritty game for Melo, and I hope he gets some positive news soon. That's all I got for now, folks. If you agree, like this video and stay tuned for the next one. If you don't, leave a comment of your thoughts and what you think is next for him.